Ridouan Taghi. The name sent shivers down the spines of even the most hardened criminals. His reputation was not just built on whispers and rumors, it was cemented by a series of brutal and calculated crimes that left authorities baffled and communities in fear. He was a ghost, a phantom who operated in the shadows. His ruthlessness was legendary, and his ability to evade capture made him a figure of both dread and dark admiration in the criminal underworld. Taghi's operations were meticulously planned, leaving no room for error. Taghi was a man who seemed to vanish into thin air. He could blend into any environment, disappear into a crowd, and slip away unnoticed. His elusiveness was his greatest weapon, making him nearly impossible to track. He became Europe's most wanted criminal. His face was plastered on wanted posters and Interpol notices across the continent. Despite the intense manhunt, he always seemed to be one step ahead of the law. His reign of terror left a trail of blood and fear across continents. From drug trafficking to contract killings, his criminal empire knew no bounds. Each crime was a testament to his cold-blooded efficiency and his unrelenting ambition. Taghi's story is one of ambition, violence, and ultimately, downfall. His rise to power was marked by a series of violent confrontations and strategic alliances. But as with all empires built on blood, his too began to crumble. It's a tale that reads like a crime thriller. The twists and turns of his life, the near misses with law enforcement, and the betrayals within his own ranks make for a gripping narrative. It's a stark reminder of the dark underbelly of our modern world. The existence of such figures highlights the ongoing battle between law enforcement and organized crime, a battle that is far from over. This is the story of Ridouan Taghi, a man whose name will forever be etched in the annals of criminal history, a symbol of the relentless pursuit of power and the inevitable consequences that follow. Utrecht, Netherlands. A city known for its medieval old town, vibrant culture and picturesque canals. A picturesque city with canals and a rich history. The cobblestone streets and historic buildings tell tales of a bygone era. It seems an unlikely birthplace for a criminal mastermind. The serene and peaceful streets hide stories untold. But this is where Ridouan Taghi's story began in 1977. The city was different then, yet the seeds of his future were already being sown. He was born into a large Moroccan family. Life wasn't always easy. The immigrant experience in the Netherlands came with its own set of challenges. Taghi's descent into the criminal underworld started small. The streets of Utrecht became his playground and his school. Petty theft and street fights marked his early years. These minor skirmishes were just the beginning of a much darker path. He quickly graduated to more serious crimes. The allure of the criminal world was too strong, and he found himself deeper and deeper in its grasp. He found a sense of belonging in the streets. The camaraderie and brotherhood among the street gangs provided a sense of identity and purpose. The allure of easy money and power proved too strong to resist. The criminal underworld offered a fast track to wealth and influence, something that was hard to come by through legitimate means. As night fell over Utrecht, the city's darker side came to life. The shadows in the alleyways and the mysterious figures lurking in the dark painted a different picture of this historic city. The authorities were always on the lookout, trying to keep the peace, but the cat-and-mouse game between law enforcement and criminals was a constant battle. Yet amidst the chaos, there was always hope. The dawn brought with it the promise of new beginnings, a chance for redemption, and the hope that the streets of Utrecht could one day be free from the shadows of crime. The Netherlands in the 1990s saw the rise of a new breed of criminal. Young men of Moroccan descent formed powerful gangs. They became known as the Mokro Mafia. Ridouan Taghi was a rising star in this underworld. He had a sharp mind and a ruthless streak. Taghi's gang quickly gained a reputation for violence. They controlled drug trafficking and extortion rackets. Their influence spread throughout the Netherlands. Taghi was becoming a force to be reckoned with. Taghi's ambition knew no bounds. He forged alliances with criminal organizations worldwide. The Colombian cartels, the Irish Kinahan cartel, and the Italian 'Ndrangheta all became his partners. His drug empire expanded rapidly. Cocaine flowed from South America to Europe through Taghi's network. His wealth and power grew exponentially. He became a major player on the global criminal stage. He was seemingly untouchable. Section 5, Reign of Terror. Taghi ruled his empire with an iron fist. He demanded absolute loyalty. Those who crossed him met a gruesome end. His brutality sent shockwaves through the underworld. He was a man who instilled fear in everyone. Witnesses were silenced. Enemies were eliminated. The body count mounted. Taghi's name became synonymous with violence. He was a man without mercy. The Dutch authorities were overwhelmed. Section 6, A Phantom's Evasion. The Dutch authorities launched a massive manhunt for Taghi. They were determined to bring him to justice. But he always seemed to be one step ahead. He used encrypted phones and a network of safe houses. Taghi moved like a phantom. He vanished without a trace. He was a master of disguise. The authorities were baffled. His ability to evade capture only added to his mystique. He became a legend in the underworld. Section 7. Cornered in Dubai. For years, Taghi lived a life of luxury on the run. He had access to vast wealth and resources, but his luck finally ran out in December 2019. He was tracked down to a luxurious villa in Dubai. A joint operation between Dutch and UAE authorities led to his capture. He was caught off guard. The reign of Europe's most wanted criminal was over. Section 8. Justice and its aftermath. Taghi's arrest sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld. He was extradited to the Netherlands to face justice. His trial began in 2021, held under tight security. He faced a litany of charges. The trial provided a glimpse into the brutal world of organized crime. Witnesses testified about Taghi's ruthless methods. In 2023, he was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Justice had been served. But the fight against organized crime continues. Section 9. Taghi's Shadow. Ridouan Taghi's story is a cautionary tale. His rise to power and subsequent downfall illustrate the complexities and dangers inherent in the world of organized crime. It exposes the dark side of globalization, where borders blur and criminal enterprises exploit international networks to expand their reach. It highlights the challenges of combating transnational organized crime. Law enforcement agencies must navigate a web of legal jurisdictions and cooperate across borders to dismantle these sophisticated networks. His legacy is a complex one. While his empire may have crumbled, the remnants of his operations continue to pose a threat. Taghi's empire may have crumbled, but the impact of his criminal activities is still felt. The assets seized in raids are just a fraction of the wealth he accumulated through illicit means. But the fight against organized crime is far from over. Law enforcement agencies around the world remain vigilant, constantly adapting their strategies to counter new threats. His story serves as a reminder of the importance of international cooperation. Only through united efforts can we hope to effectively combat the ever-evolving landscape of organized crime. It also highlights the need for vigilance in the face of evolving criminal threats. As technology advances, so do the methods employed by criminals, necessitating continuous innovation in law enforcement tactics. The ghost of Ridouan Taghi continues to haunt the corridors of law enforcement. His story is a stark reminder of the ongoing battle against those who seek to exploit and corrupt society for their own gain.